Hello everybody, welcome back to another video here at Rule 1 Model Railways, and thank you very much to all of our new subscribers that have joined us. I really do appreciate that, so thank you very much. In this video we're going to explain the very basics you need to run iTrain. Stay tuned for more. So in this video I'm going to explain to you the very basics you need to run iTrain and how it all works together. I've noticed there's been a lot of questions on the forums and on Facebook what you need. People can't quite work out exactly what's required. So here's the basics, and the very first thing you need is iTrain itself. iTrain comes in 4 different levels: light, standard, plus and professional. For anybody that's looking to do full automatic driving, you must go with at least standard to get that option. Light is just a basic controller pretty much, which will control the loco speeds manually and the points manually. That one comes in at €119. Standard, which will give you all of the automatic driving, along with the block control, the track routes, the flexible switching, and the manual control. 256 of each locomotives, accessories and feedbacks, 128 blocks, 128 actions, and actions are pre-planned if functions of iTrain. Number of boosters, you can have 4 boosters, 2 interfaces, and 1 switchboard visible. That is the bare minimum you want to go for the automation. Is €209. The plus, which I started off with, on top of that gives you decoder programming and an extra train overview for a second monitor, and it gives you the option of going up to 4 interfaces, and that's €269. And just recently I've moved up to professional, so you can upgrade if you bought one of the earlier models, so iTrain 4, iTrain 3. You can actually purchase a new license to upgrade to iTrain 5. So we've done that. We've gone from iTrain 4 Plus to iTrain 5 Professional. And what that gives me is use of multiple computers and tablets and phones in a network, an unlimited number of all the different feedbacks, blocks, actions, boosters, interfaces, and locomotives and accessories. And I can see up to 3 switchboards at one time. Now it does come with a price, €349, but the upgrade was only €139, so it's well worth it with the new reservation system that I found as well. Looking back at iTrain, once you have that installed, that's great. You make yourself a switchboard, and you must have a block with a feedback in it. So the white ones there denote a block, just set, and then the little red ones here are a feedback within that block. So there's 2 in this one. The more feedbacks you have per block, the more accurate iTrain can calculate where the trains are, where to stop them, and the speeds they're doing. That is essential. Now, my large fiddle yards, as you can see up here, only have 1 feedback in this block. Because there's so much space, the accuracy is not essential. It doesn't really matter if it's 10 centimeters out, because the whole block is 2 meters long. So that didn't matter too much. And the station stops, I have 3 feedbacks, because when a train comes into a block, gets ready to stop, brakes, and then stops. That's your 3 feedbacks in there. And it's just much more accurate again. I wanted a complete accuracy in that. Now, to relay the instructions where the locos are on the track, we have something called block detection units. They're under here. This is the one we're using. I've chose to use DR5088RC Digidetect units, The reason I went for those is they look simpler to wire and they relay via RailCom. If you have RailCom enabled decoders, which train is where, without you having to tell iTrain where you placed it on the track, which is a massive benefit if your layout is portable and you're constantly taking trains off and putting trains back on the track. You don't have to then work out with iTrain which train's what, it just knows straight away. Those are linked via network cables and on the DCC bus for power through to my DigiCentral unit, and all digital layouts should have one of these anyway, but this one specifically has lots and lots of outputs, and the ones that I required were the LAN output. And if you're connecting via USB to your computer, you can connect by USB to your computer as well. And it has the LocoNet boosters and LocoNet data, so LocoNet T there for your data to be transferred around the layout. So those feedbacks will relay the data to LocoNet T, and from LocoNet T, if you're using USB, which is the more simpler way of doing it, here that will connect to your computer, and then that data is then relayed to your iTrain software, and that's how iTrain knows where all of the trains are on the layout. Also on the DCC track output bus, I have my digital decoders each with their own my points are all ran by decoders, so iTrain can also control all the points as well off of the DCC bus, and that runs just like an all DCC system, apart from the inputs to that come from iTrain and not from me personally putting in numbers into a keypad to change points. Now the feedbacks themselves, we'll see if we can find some over here. Right, there's one. Right here you can see I have a wire soldered. That's one wire going back to the DR5088RC. There's a break in a track here, and going along this way there's a break in the track there. Once the loco enters this section, so it goes over and into that section, this rail will start to draw voltage current from the DR5088RC block detection unit, and it will then, the unit will tell the computer there's a train in this block, and that's how it knows that there's a train there. Now for that unit itself, the way that's wired up, you have the outer rails continuous all the way around up until the end of where you're using that particular unit to control, and then your feedbacks are all broken rails, so each one's actually broken off. There's another one under there as well to denote the 3 feedbacks within that block. So that's the basics of how iTrain works. Now to show you what I've been up to with the system itself. I got iTrain to work with RailCom, so now as you can see there are numbers coming back in the feedbacks. That's the decoder numbers. So every time I put a train on the track, so we'll use this train here, TPE. If I got a free track, yes I have. It's the 4th one in, which is there. As soon as I put this on track, it will tell me what loco is there. Do you see it just lit up red? It's got the decoder number in the red bit, and up here in the white it says 6819 TPE. So it's actually just registered it. As soon as I take it off, it's gone again. And we'll get rid of that off of that block. There, so it's gone. Now with a non-RailCom decoder, the problem is this. Let me pick up a train that's not got RailCom. I'm going to pick up my Northern Spirit 156. So I pick up that one, stick it on that same block. Do you see it just lights up red? But it doesn't tell you what loco has been placed there. And that's the difference between having RailCom and not having RailCom. I would have to drag and drop. Where is it? Northern Spirit. There it is, Northern Spirit. I'd have to drag and drop that onto that little white bit there. And then that becomes on the layout in that position. But I decided not to have that and I went with RailCom instead, and we're going to transfer all of our decoders so that they're all RailCom, and that's no longer a problem. We'll get rid of that one again so we're not running that today. Now what we've also done with our update, as you noted in the options for iTrain, you can have multiple interfaces. So this interface is currently working as our master interface, as like a server. And if we go this way, underneath my desktop, which is completely unconnected to the layout, is running as a slave over the Wi-Fi. So I can now control trains from here. And for example, we'll take this 150, just there, and we're going to put it in the fiddle yard up there, route, and we should see some movement. There we go. So whilst that's going, if we look back at the laptop, you'll see the route's also set on this one, so the other operator, if there is one, can see what I've done. You can see there in the red around the branch line, the bottom in the right hand side, and then the yellow bit where that train's heading to. There you go, it's reached its destination. So that's what we've been up to with iTrain at the moment. That's how iTrain works in its basic form. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, thank you very much for sticking around this long. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that like button. Thanks for watching. Take care.